concentrating on their work, and this is indeed very much impressive to us. This is what we want.
Or do you still need more hands, not so?
Yeah, as we already know, the area to be covered, the farm is very huge, and I even doubt that these people will be able to finish it. They can't finish it today, so therefore we need as many hands as possible. It is not only the clearing of the farm, there are other works coming up again, and we need all hands to be on deck.
President Jammeh has so many plans for this place. This year is going to be different from the last previous years. Just as he said during his interview, he has tons of corns, groundnuts, and think of any other type of cereals that is going to be cultivated here.
There is expressed feeling that this season holds greater prospect for the farming community, and with extra effort, the Gambia will escape successfully the predicament gripping countries in the Sahel. Abdunjai, GRTS.
Participants drawn from across government and non-governmental institutions are receiving training designed to enable them monitor and evaluate the implementation of the program for accelerated growth and employment page. The 5-day training organized by the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs in collaboration with UNDP is expected to discuss at length challenges hindering the implementation of the 5-year development blueprint. Ibrahim Balde has the details.
Officials from the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs have been making efforts aimed at drawing the attention of the people on the rationale behind the program for accelerated growth and employment page. On Monday, participants from various sectors sat down under a common platform to deliberate on issues pertaining to the monitoring and evaluation of page. The Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, Ibrahim Mbub, explained that the meeting was designed to build capacities of all sectors and with other partners on the monitoring and evaluation techniques. One of the development partners working side by side with government in implementing the page blueprint is UNDP. Ablai Mamjai pointed the integral role such sessions would have in the overall strategy and operational modalities of the program.
Now, it is very clear to everybody that certainly in order to be seen to be serious, programs such as the page must have a monitoring and finally an evaluation framework. And that is what one is trying to develop here.
It's been 6 months since the program was launched. To Juma Kamara, who is from the Office of the Ombudsman, the training program is coming at a time when several sectors are beginning to throw their weight behind the development plan.
What happened is that we are already on 6 months into the year, and we were supposed to have the annual work plans and budgets, and we were supposed to develop this at our levels. Now, if we do not get any form of training how to do it, we are not going to do it properly.
The Director of Aid Coordination, Monitoring and Evaluation, Julde Sise, said the buzzword at the training is accountability and transparency.
Actually, the results of that started in January 2012 is what brought us here, because from then to now, there are a lot of initiatives and works going on under my directorate for coming up with a monitoring evaluation plan and a result framework. Doing so, having already the plan in place, is to sensitize all the sectors on the availability of the M&E framework to make sure that accountability and transparency framework is inbuilt within the page.
The record attendance at the training was perhaps a manifestation of the interest shown by the dozens of participants drawn from government and non-governmental organizations.
At the Office of the Ombudsman, we also supposed to have our programs. So just like Ombudsman, every sector will have its own programs. So what is supposed to happen is that whatever we are doing at departmental level, we are supposed to input those into a monitoring and evaluation framework. So where you will identify your output areas and the activities that you are supposed to do in order to achieve those output areas, how you're going to be able to measure those outputs. So there are going to be, there are various levels. You have the annual work plan and budget, you have the quarterly plans, and also quarterly reports.
In the next 4 days, participants are expected to learn new concepts aimed at helping them understand how to monitor and evaluate the implementation of peach. Ibrahim Balde, GRTS.
The Supreme Court of the Gambia has adjourned the appeal case involving former CDS Langton Bontamba and 6 others for mention on the next session of the court in October. The case at the Apex Court was all set for parties to address the panel of 5 judges led by the Chief Justice of the Gambia, Emmanuel A. Agim. But S.A. Abe, the Director of Special Litigations, who represented the state, announced that they are yet to file the respondent's briefs and asked for more time to complete the legal process. Abe assured the Supreme Court that the respondent's brief would be filed within 7 days. It could be recalled that the former military chief and 6 others were sentenced to death by the High Court in 2010 after finding them guilty of treasonable offenses. An appeal against the decision was subsequently dismissed by the Gambia Court of Appeal in 2011. Now at the Apex Court, the 7 appellants are making a final attempt to have their conviction and sentencing revised. The appeal at the Supreme Court will effectively exhaust all legal remedies in the country. The Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment and World Trade Organization have jointly rolled out a training program on customs valuation. The capacity building synergy is meant to familiarize participants with the WTO system of custom valuation methods. Fatou Jasseh reports.
Officials of the Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment and other stakeholders recently benefited from a 2-day capacity building seminar meant to familiarize them with World Trade Organization system of custom valuation method.
The objective of this training on the agreement on customs valuation is to enhance the capacity of our custom officials to be able to effectively apply the WTO system of valuation. This has become even more urgent now given the Customs and Excise Act 2010, which requires the use of the WTO method for customs valuation.
As a member of World Trade Organization, the Gambia is obliged to align her customs valuation system to that of WTO. The government officials say attaches major significance to this training, for it will promote transparency and add value to customs administrations and businesses. An expert from WTO head office in Geneva is invited to conduct training.
I would like to take the opportunity to assist you on this transitional process to put into practice the WTO Customs Valuation Agreement. We're going to see an overview of it during these 2 workshop days.
Alaji Kembai, a participant, looks forward to a successful outcome of this seminar, which is expected to bring about duty efficiency in the Gambia's custom operations.
We feel as a custom officer that this training is very, very important because in a global context, the world is very challenging, and then we make a lot of changes are being made on a daily basis in terms of trade, and we highly welcome any changes that will be in the interest, of our system and our nation.
Aside from its main objective, beneficiaries of the capacity building synergy also believe the training would give birth to improved competitiveness in the Gambia in terms of charges and duties levied on goods clearance. For GRTS News, I am Fatou Jasseh.
You can follow our stories on the GRTS programs on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. We'll be back with more stories right after this first break.
His Excellency Sheikh Professor Al-Hadi
Reverend Hannah Karen Falheim.
In the words of the permanent secretary,
there is direct relationship between the economic growth of a country.
And this 5-hectare maize field that you are seeing here in Ilyasa village.
No matter how, where, when and who is involved, our corps of reporters will always be there to bring you the news as it happens.
Welcome back. Mohamed Morsi, a former prisoner of Egypt's old regime under Mohamed Hosni Mubarak, has been declared the country's new president. Morsi became Egypt's first democratically elected president and would be sworn in on July 1st. Tens of thousands of Muslim Brotherhood supporters celebrated the announcement of Morsi's victory at Tahrir Square, the birthplace of Egypt's Arab Spring Revolution. We have details in this report.
people were